Alright, hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to inflate a tubeless tire that has been unseated off the bead and get it back on there pretty quick with no starting fluid or carb cleaner or any type of flammable liquid. Alright, so what we got here is we've got a Snowblower tubeless tire. If you're unfamiliar with what a tubeless tire is, it's exactly what it says, tubeless tire. Unlike a bicycle tire, these tires do not have an inner tube that inflates and fills out the outer tire itself. So there's no tire tube in this tire. What you have instead is, if you can see in here, it's a little piece of this tire is called the bead, and the bead sits on the interior of the hubcap here to form the seal and keep the tire inflated. And what happens is over time and with temperature changes, the rubber expands and contracts, and the tires tend to lose their bead, hence losing their seat on the rim, and they'll become deflated. So you'll have a situation like this where the tire is loose. You'll be able to see inside there's a gap, and a lot of times you'll have guys or gals using some type of a flammable liquid to reseat the bead on the rim. That's a little bit dangerous in my opinion. You can definitely cause a fire, you can burn yourself if you don't do it properly. So I recommend not doing that. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to do this with something as simple as a ratchet strap set here. If you don't have a ratchet strap, they've got some very inexpensive ratchet straps you can get at Harbor Freight or Home Depot or any other hardware store. If you don't have a ratchet strap and you don't have it in your budget to get one, you can also use a rope and a metal bar or long bolt or some kind of thick item that you can use to twist the rope around, almost as if you're using a tourniquet. So that'll help you, again, maintain pressure on the tire. What we're ultimately trying to do is create some pressure on the tire to push down so that we, A, decrease the volume needed of the air pressure to get in there to inflate the tire, but also put some pressure on the bead and the seat of the rim. So let's go ahead and do this with the ratchet strap. All right, so I got ahead and ratchet this down. You'll see I cranked it down pretty good. Don't be afraid to crank it or over crank it. You're not going to damage the tire. It's actually going to help you a little bit more by decreasing the volume in the tire for when we're trying to get our initial burst of pressure in there from our compressor. I recommend using some type of air compressor, something that's got a little bit more horsepower to it. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but something a little bit more standard than your typical car portable air compressor. The other thing that you might want to do too, you'll notice I've got the wheel kind of chocked up here a little bit. Just kind of prop that wheel up off the ground so you can get the ratchet strap all the way around and keep it off the ground. So now we're going to go ahead and try and inflate this tire, and I'll show you how it works. Let's go ahead and just put a couple quick bursts of air in there. And you'll see immediately that our ratchet strap is raising. Now, the only dangerous part to this is we've got some air in there now. The only dangerous part to this is releasing the ratchet strap. So when you're doing that, try and be real careful, because it's going to be obviously under some pressure. So we're going to try and release this ratchet strap now without losing our air connection. Alright, so it's a little bit tougher here. What we're going to try and use is a long flat nose screwdriver to get this thing popped out of here. Alright, so we got it. We were able to get it off. It did pop a little bit. The ratchet strap was under a lot of pressure, so I definitely recommend using two hands to do that. You know, one kind of holding down the ratchet strap, and that flathead screwdriver definitely worked in applying some pressure to the connection points on the ratchet strap for the release. But we've got a good amount of air in here. Our tire is now full, and we're good to go and do the other side. So nice easy way to reseat a tubeless tire. You can do these on go-karts, on ATVs. You've got snowblowers, any kind of small diameter tire. This is a pretty quick and easy method to reseat the tire. So there you go.